Hello, everyone.
Yes, hi everybody. Welcome to Wine and Real Estate.
So, we're really excited tonight. We're just getting started in a few seconds. And we have a special guest, so Heather from Kin Properties. And we're really excited to hear about her story and
Yes,
find
because
out more.
the last time we spoke with Heather, she had a few properties under her belt, but I think she's done quite a bit since we last spoke with her. So I'm looking forward to hearing about what's been going on since we last spoke.
Yes. And while we're waiting, we're having some.
Yes, a nice Shiraz from the Niagara region.
Yeah, I should have grabbed the bottle. Let me get the bottle while you entertain the crowds.
Well, I entertained the crowds.
Where is the bottle?
I'm not sure. Anyway, he's gone to get the bottle that he doesn't know where it is. Anyway, we're very excited to be talking with Heather this evening, and it's always nice to have a nice glass of wine, but I think that Heather also has a wine story, so that's exciting as well.
Yes, we heard she grew up in BC.
Yes.
So wine country. So good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's so nice to see you guys again.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's what I was saying to Francois. I said the last time we had spoke, you had a few properties under your belt, but I think that you've made a big leap since then.
Yeah, we went a little crazy. We bought 4 multifamily properties in 5 months.
Wow.
So it was busy and it was a great experience. It's been super fun.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome. I'm excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, I am drinking.
It's essential.
I love white wine. And so I am drinking a Mission Hill Chardonnay. And the
Nice.
reason I chose Mission Hill is because it's very close to where I grew up in the Okanagan Valley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know the winery really well. It's beautiful. Have you guys ever been there?
No,
No, I'd love to go. That's something that we'd love to do, like the whole
it's on our bucket
BC,
list.
yeah, BC, and then go down to California. I think that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yes,
Never
I've been
come
to
back.
I've been to Napa and Sonoma as well. Because when you
Wow.
live in BC, yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, the Okanagan Valley is kind of similar to Napa and Sonoma, like even the way it looks.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
It must be so charming, just a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Yeah, it's when you're young, you don't really realize
Appreciate
it. But I remember my parents dragging us to wineries, and now I'm like, oh, it's like my happy place, right?
Oh no, we actually did that to our kids. Our cottage is in
Prince Edward County.
so there's about 40 wineries in that area, and we're like, just one more.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Prince Edward County is amazing too. We're so lucky to live so close, being in Ottawa.
I know.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really quaint. Like, it's just these cute little vineyards, and the owners are often there, and you can chat about like their grapes. And we've actually gone to the harvest parties a few times. It's so much fun.
You
Love
taste the grapes before they get fermented and all that.
Amazing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool.
Cool. So, cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
The white wine we are, Jennifer, unfortunately, she usually gets headaches. So
Yeah.
we discovered that she can drink a blanc de noir, which means it's a white wine made from red grapes or pink grapes. So anyway, that's how we kind of cheat when we need to have white wine.
Gotcha.
Yes, his mom doesn't drink red, so when she comes over, we have a George.
Like, oh, it's white. Not quite, but
So tell us about that awesome journey. 4 properties in 5 months.
and you're a busy mom too, so
Yeah.
wow.
So tell us a bit about that. That's exciting.
Yeah, so I have 3 children.
Wow.
And so my youngest is 8. When she was born, we found out she had special needs. So basically just stopped everything, and I really dove into neurodevelopment and all that kind of stuff with her. So I've homeschooled her. Like it's been amazing. She's doing really, really well. And
I
so
saw her skating on social media. Sorry, but I'm like, that's great because my dad used to teach special needs, and I'm like, she has a very involved mom or dad or both because
Yeah.
it's a lot of more work. But wow, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and part of that too. I mean, my husband loves hockey. He used to have a hockey development
So she
company.
has to skate.
Yeah.
Too bad.
And they also, the school that I found last fall, or actually, I guess it was the year before that. They have a rink there, and they take the kids
Oh, nice.
skating, and it's a school dedicated to kids with special needs, so it's therapy based.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was homeschooling her, but we were kind of getting to a point where she needed more interaction and
With other kids too.
exactly, and wasn't wanting to listen to teacher mom. So
That's all kids. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
right? It's
well,
natural.
everyone gets it now that we've gone through COVID and virtual learning.
Yes.
Not easy. So I found this school. It had just opened up close to our house even. I went out and visited it, and I was like, sign us up. This is perfect. It's everything that I had learned to do because we used to travel internationally and had a program built for us and all that. And when they told me the price, I was like, oh my gosh, we can't do it. So I thought, okay, well, like I got to figure out a way. I got to find this. And I've always been interested in real estate. And so it kind of just kept popping up. You know how stuff comes into your life?
Yeah. And they keep
Yeah, it's
nagging and
amazing.
nagging.
Totally. And so, yeah, I just kept thinking real estate, and I met a couple people, here in Ottawa, talked to them and all that, and it was like, okay, this is gonna work. And yeah, I found Investor Mel and Dave, which is the strategy that we've used for all of our properties, joined their mentorship group, and which you guys are familiar
Yes.
with. Yeah, and then I think yeah, we joined at the end of May, maybe the beginning of June, and we closed on our first fourplex in August.
Whoa,
So
that was quick.
quick.
That was fast action.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it's just like the beauty of real estate investing is you can do it on your own time because they still had to homeschool her until we could get her into the school, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the passive income and and all that has just worked wonderfully for our situation. Mhm.
That's so awesome.
It's very heartwarming. I'm like, well, that's a strong why
Yeah, absolutely.
to keep you going when it gets hard sometimes or complicated. You're like, yeah, I need to keep going because the school and
Yes.
you see your
Yeah.
daughter and wow.
So-
Yeah, for sure.
So for people who don't know, you said you use the Mel and Dave strategy. Maybe just walk them through that quickly. Like, what does that mean to people who don't maybe invest yet?
Okay, so we use investors' money to purchase properties. We buy solely multifamily properties and ones that are underperforming. And so we get them up so they're performing optimally. And we do a refinance. At that point, we can pay our investors back. And then we can move on to the next one. And so far, we've already refinanced our first fourplex and
Wow.
did really well on that one. So our investor was paid back within a few months, and they want to invest with us again. So
For sure.
Perfect.
Now it's rinse and repeat. When's the next deal? When's the next deal?
that's right. Yeah,
That's
and
great.
I have my eye on something right now. So yeah,
Cool.
working on another one too. So yeah,
Oh, don't keep your eye on it too long. They'll go by.
Yeah.
isn't that the truth?
Yes. Wow.
So your other properties, are they also fourplexes, or what were your other purchases?
So we have a fourplex, a duplex, and we have a 6-unit and another duplex. So
Nice.
the first 3 are in Moncton. So we do out of province investing, which you guys are familiar with as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah. And then one is in Ontario here. It's a short-term rental. That one.
Oh, good.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
We're actually just talking to Sarah Larby about doing not long-term rentals, but doing short-term rentals, which can actually be very lucrative.
Yeah. Like
and probably a
furnished
better
rentals.
option in Ontario. Are they furnished rentals? Is it Airbnb or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Sarah was saying more like the 28 days, so you're not Airbnb and you're not long term. You're in between.
It's kind of
Like
like
for
a medium term.
Yeah. Yeah. For professionals and healthcare.
Exactly.
I guess students like PhD students or internet, like people moving in. Well, that's not happening as much right now, but overseas they need to come into a house, and yeah, so that's great. Wow.
So how's your Airbnb doing with COVID? Like, you're still renting it out, or how's that working for you?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit interesting because it's in a resort area, so there's a lake, so it's got a good strong summer rental, and then it's also near a ski hill.
Oh,
So
wow.
when the ski hills didn't open, that wasn't all
Oh,
that great, but there's companies that were doing some work in the area, so we did, like you were mentioning, the 28-day rental.
okay.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
good. Wow, that's
Yeah.
good for you because yeah, it would have been disappointing. Ski hill and everything, and then they didn't open. Wow.
Oh, so
I,
what area is that in? Is it
it's,
Mont Tremblant or?
no, it's in Calabogie.
Oh, Calabogie. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice area as well. We
Yes.
haven't really.
I've never been, but it sounds
No.
very nice. It's
No, but I've
weird.
heard a lot of people that have gone and said it's really nice. Just we've never gone
Yeah.
ourselves.
We're really stuck in Orleans for some reason.
Well, it's probably because of COVID
Yeah, probably.
and wine. After a glass or two, you can't drive anymore.
No, that's it. We wouldn't make it.
You'll have to stay. I have a unit you can rent.
There you
I
go.
know. That's
Perfect.
perfect.
Is there a hot tub or something? Or?
There will be once COVID restrictions
Yeah,
are out.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
That's all we need is a hot tub and wine.
yeah. Then we're good anywhere.
So, how do your family and friends perceive your real estate investing?
Good. I mean, there's some everyone's nervous, right? And then
Yeah.
especially we started this in the middle of COVID lockdown.
Yeah,
So it was kind of like, which way are things going to go? And, but once you explain it and if you break down the numbers and all that, then,
they see it.
yeah, we've had
And they
lots
hear your passion probably for it too, and they probably see you before and after. So, what did you do before? Like, I know you were like homeschooling and all that, but did you have another career before, or?
Yeah, so I opened my first business when I was 22 years old. So I've had two businesses,
Wow.
and then I was in sales. So
Okay. You know how to sell your stuff then.
yeah, and some of my sales career was I worked for a home builder. So I did new home sales and loved the real estate side of it, right? And even the construction part of it and all that I find really interesting. So yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
I see Graham Rentals Inc. says numbers don't lie. So yeah, right. Numbers
That's
don't lie.
true. That's very true. So I guess you're doing this full time then with your daughter being in school during the day? Kind of frees up a lot of time.
Yeah, it's been great because purchasing the properties is one thing, but there's a lot of steps to getting it up to the point, you have to do some little renovations, you have to deal with some tenant stuff and that's, so yeah, that's what I focus on
All day.
even in my sleep, maybe.
Are you self-managing or are you dealing with property management? How are you doing that?
Yeah, so my husband Dave and I, when we decided that yes, we were going to go for this, we made a decision that we would never self-manage our properties. It just wouldn't work with our
Lifestyle and
yeah.
if you want to scale, you need to delegate too. So get it right from the start. We made that mistake. We're like, oh, we'll self-manage, and then oh man, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because it's a little bit negative as well, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when we analyze properties, that property management piece has to be built in too.
Yeah.
So that's definitely part of our numbers. We have a minimum that it has to cash flow off the bat too. So we haven't purchased anything that is like a negative cash flow or anything like that. Yeah.
Very smart, because I see so many people overpaying right now. It's like,
yeah, it's kind of crazy, the market.
Game.
Like sometimes we got outbid on properties and when I find out what they paid, I'm like, how are they making any money?
Yeah, and even appreciation, you need to hold on for 20 years. That money could have been used like 40 folds or elsewhere. So it's crazy.
I actually have a question here. It says, did you get a private loan or a bank loan for your unit?
So what we do is we borrow the down payment privately and then a bank loan for the remainder of it.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
And
common.
to do that, I mean, you have to work with certain lenders. It's not all lenders that allow this, and or you could have it in your account for 90 days and pay the interest for 3 months, and then
you're good to go.
and it becomes your money.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the trick. But yeah, there's some lenders. I'm sure you're working with like credit unions, or some people call them A-minus lenders or B lenders. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Commercial financing too. They allow certain things.
So are you going to continue focusing on the out of province, or are you looking more at the kind of Airbnb, or what's your next
move?
Yes.
So that's the other thing, is we also made a pact, that Dave and I, that we will only invest in landlord friendly places.
Yes. High five. That's what we're doing. So yeah, Ontario's out, Quebec is out.
Yeah. We lived in Alberta well, my husband's from there, and then that's where we met. So I lived there for 12 years. So their laws are pretty good there too. So we would consider investing in Alberta as well.
Yeah, we've actually heard a lot of people investing in that. Are you guys kind of like scoping out some areas there, or?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's nice because I know the city so well.
Yeah.
So because when you're dealing with, I mean, thank goodness we have an amazing real estate agent, but you don't know the areas, right? You have to do your own due diligence and talk to people and figure that all out from afar. But so we would do, I mean, we love Moncton. We would do Alberta, short-term rentals in Ontario for sure. And I'm very interested in Florida as well. Yeah, as a short term.
Looking a bit in Florida as well.
Yeah, yesterday when it was snowing again in Ottawa, I was like, maybe I need to start looking.
Oh my gosh, that's what happens this time of year. It's always like end of February, right? It's just like,
you're fed up.
Why don't I live in California?
Yeah, but then when you live in August in Florida, then you think, oh, well, I do miss Canada, because we made that mistake the 1 year.
We went to Disney with the kids in
August. Oh, man, 46 degrees. We lost 10 pounds. I should go back for a year, but anyway.
But you came back as a family?
Oh, we did. No one died, but almost.
We were literally running into stores saying, do you have air conditioning? We're Canadian.
We're melting.
Anyway, that's a little bit of a sidetrack. But we have heard a lot of people investing in Alberta, and I think that you have almost like an advantage against the others because you already know the areas, and that's half of the battle before starting to invest in a market is knowing, like I'm sure in Moncton you didn't know what was market rent, what were the good areas and the bad areas, and maybe you made mistakes.
And the local culture, I know we're in Canada and everything, but there's a bit of a local culture. Like Ottawa is a separate beast. I'm sure you've noticed moving here.
It's not like Alberta, I'm sure you've seen, and not like BC.
Or Toronto, like we lived in southwestern Ontario for a while. It's a whole different world. So you have to learn what makes people tick and what kind of tenant profile
you definitely have an advantage if you do that. So that's great you'll let us know if you buy something in Alberta.
Yes.
I will.
There's another question from Graham Rentals. So are your rentals incorporated? We just went Inc. in 2019, so we can pass this rental company to our kids with shares of our company.
Yes, we started off buying in our corporation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
same thing. And so, I mean, and this kind of goes back to our why and what got us into it. Because the two older children, like once we're gone, the two older children are going to be the caretaker for my younger child, right? And that's where real estate fit again, because it was generational wealth. They will have the means now to take care of her and yeah. And so, I mean, definitely these are long-term, plans for us. And yeah, I mean, it was almost like we need to start how we mean to finish, right? So even
Yeah,
though
think about the end. We always say
Yeah.
that to people that approach us. How should I get started? Think about the end, because you never know when the end will come. That's another thing. Unfortunately, I did learn, like in life, you never know when the end is. So think about it right from the beginning. And also, it's much easier for planning, because if you buy in your own name and then you circle back and incorporate, and yeah, it gets messy. So
Yeah, for sure.
very smart.
So can you tell us, maybe something that you've kind of learned, like buying the 4 properties in 5 months, like a good tip that would be like, or you had an aha moment?
Yes.
I think, I mean, when you get your numbers from the seller,
I see where that's going.
yeah, do some, like, right off the bat, get your insurance quotes, get your, find out your numbers, because they can definitely be different. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think we just kind of jumped in. I didn't feel ready at all. And my motto is kind of start before you're ready, because you'll never feel that way.
Yeah.
Really fully, right? And so, and learning along the way is the best type of education for sure. So yeah, I guess that's it really. I mean,
yeah, well, I'm sure you learned things doing the first one that you applied to the second one, and then to the third and the fourth. Like, you learned something, I'm sure, every time that you could just apply to the next deal that you made, and just made each transaction easier.
It's like being
Yeah.
a parent.
Yeah. So it's easier on the third one. You'll let us know.
Yeah. So first, baby number 1, a little scratch, you run to the hospital. Baby number 2, it's slightly bleeding. Oh, you're fine. Baby number 3, I don't know.
Yes.
We didn't get there, but
yeah. Well, when our son hit his head one time when the baby, we like ran to the emergency room, and then it was like the swelling was going down while we were waiting, you know. And then our daughter, she broke her finger, and a week later, we're like, oh, okay,
maybe we should go get it checked out. She's like, oh, she's not crying. You're not hurt too much. Your finger is a weird angle, but you're fine.
I know. That's why birth order is such a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were firstborns. Are you like the eldest in your family? Yeah. Okay.
And so is my husband. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So yeah, it really forges character. You have to just keep going.
So why are you focusing on multifamily? Like, is there a reason that you're not doing the single? Like, everyone has their own strategy and their kind of own reason for that. So why is it multifamily for you guys?
Probably the main reason is because we did start this during COVID. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is pandemic proof, I guess, or whatever else is going to come at us. And with multifamily, if you have a vacancy, it doesn't affect you as much as if you had a single family home and then, had to hold a vacancy for 3 months or whatever, right? You have multiple units paying. And there's also a way to, get those rents increased in that with multifamily. Because if you do have someone move out, you can renovate the unit, raise that one, wait, someone else moves out.
Yeah. You can do it incrementally. That's why we love multifamily as well.
Yeah.
It mitigates the risk as well. So you mentioned speaking to family and friends and investors too. So that's, I'm sure, your strategy. You can show, well, this one kind of supports that one. And even if we have 2 out of 4, we're almost afloat, or so that's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love that. So can you walk us through what was your favorite deal out of the 4?
Oh, I think my first one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 4-plex, and it's not the most beautiful property in the world.
Okay.
But the numbers were so strong on it from the very beginning. And it's in an area that was rapidly increasing. So we got it at a really good time. And then we're able to really just do some minor improvements to it, raise the rents, they're not even at market value right now. And then we were able to refinance it very quickly. So yeah, that one for sure was my favorite.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it's actually an excellent start.
Yeah.
Our first one, us, was a condo. My mom was our first tenant.
Oh,
That was special. I love my mom, but she was calling us all the time.
So I wouldn't say that was our favorite. That's for
No,
sure.
not our favorite. No, she's still there.
So 2021 starting out, what are you guys hoping to do in 2021?
definitely keep growing. So the properties that, our 4 properties we did right at the end of 2020. So keep the momentum going. Like I mentioned, I would love to do some investing in the States.
Yeah.
And just continue to grow our portfolio. It's amazing when it kind of clicks for you, right? Like where you're just like, I did 4, but I could easily do another 4. Like when you kind of get it, and you know what to look for very quickly. So you're looking at deals and it's like, nope. Okay, there's one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Whereas in the beginning, it could take you a while, and you're kind of like
Yes,
going over
no.
it. Yeah. But now it's like, no. Ooh.
This one's yes. And we've interviewed a few people. I can't wait to hit that point. Elizabeth Kelly and even Sarah Larby. I kind of work closely with her as well. I'm bored with my deals now. I need a new challenge. I can't wait to get there. Like some of them, I'm like, okay, this is easy, rinse and repeat. But yeah, when you're like, oh, I'm tired of doing this. I need something bigger, much
more
bigger.
complicated.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a little while, I think.
So if you had to start all over again, what would you do differently?
Oh, I would start earlier for sure.
I think that's everybody's answer.
Yeah.
Right? Change that question.
Yeah, like especially I think when you're in the multifamily space, you think, why was my first property not a duplex that I lived in half of?
One side, yeah.
Yeah, and then just kind of kept going at that. Yeah. Well, your kids are getting older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and my oldest is in her first year at university, and so I'm like, this is what you have to do. This will change your life forever.
Yes,
I know our son already. He's 17, and I said, you can get your first property next year.
When you're 18, yeah. Only 11 months left to go, or even 10 and a half now. So,
I know. And then he was like telling me again, but I have no money. I'm like, you don't need any money.
No, you don't need money. You need a plan. You need a plan.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of education and a plan.
Yeah, a very good plan.
And marketing. So that's something I've noticed, and I think you mentioned in the groups that you're like ramping up a bit your exposure, and that's very important to be known and helping. So one thing we found is we help others along the way, and I'm sure you help people along the way too, by sharing your story and all this like hope. And I mean, a mom with 3 kids, and then you had a special needs daughter as well. So it's very inspiring. Anybody can do it. So it's just putting your mind to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what you guys put out there, your positivity challenge and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think that is what I like about real estate as well, is people are very willing to help each other out.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's surprising. It's not a competition. It's really like a lot of people just building each other up, because it's fun to know that you're achieving your goals and your why with real estate, and we're also doing the same, and there's enough properties to go around and deals, so it's fun to say, oh well, Heather and Dave, they're getting another property, that's great, and then we're doing something. So I think it's just nice that everyone just kind of encourages each other.
Definitely. Yeah.
So is Dave also doing this full time with you?
No. Dave No, Dave has a full-time job. So it's funny, we've worked out a really great kind of working relationship. He's funny. He's just like, he's a numbers guy. I'm like, do you want to see what the property looks like? He goes, no, I don't know. Why would I?
Just the numbers.
Show me the numbers.
Yeah, which is really good because you shouldn't be emotional about the properties you're
No.
buying either, right? Like it
No.
shouldn't be like, oh, it's so cute.
Oh no, that's the worst thing because then the competition starts and then you're gonna overpay and then you're stuck.
Yes, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
it's when it's investing, it's not an emotional decision.
It's a business.
You're doing it as a business. I mean, sometimes they are cute, but sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they're really ugly, but
So,
we have another question from
Yeah.
Graham Rentals. He's a fan, I guess. Is it someone you know or?
No.
Oh, okay.
so what is your profit? What is your profit you want for return on each door?
I'm very picky. So yeah, like, do you have a number per door? Like,
Like, do you have a
you
number that
mentioned
you
cash.
buy per door, or do you have like an ROI kind of that you think of per door? How much you want per month per door?
Like $200.
You should have asked
cash
the numbers guy. Where's
Yeah.
Yes, and he won't break that rule at all.
No.
So off the bat, we definitely need it to be cash flowing $500 a month.
Okay, like per door, or do you mean per
Building.
For the unit and then there's the room for lift. So then that goes up, I mean, it can double, then triple, then whatever,
Yeah.
right? But off the bat, yeah, we definitely we won't even look at anything unless it cash flows at $500 per door. And this is underwriting the deal like more than the bank would, right?
Yeah.
Built
Very
in.
conservative.
Very, very conservative. Like it's, I inflate the insurance like right off.
You have to, because you never know. There's something funny about the building. You got it under contract, and then there's knob and tube somewhere hidden, and then bang, it spikes. Or
you have to put in a sump pump with the electric.
The battery operated sump
Yes.
pump, and then that's $1,000, and then they don't like it, and yeah, you never know.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Do you guys kind of look at a price per door per se, or really just
The
you're looking
cash
at the
flow.
cash flow?
I mean, the price per door definitely has to go with the area that you're looking at. And I mean, and then ultimately you would want it under, because then when you do the improvements and all that, then you can, when you your refinance number will be up kind of, right where the market is. And that's looking for, I mean, lots of times, off-market deals are the best because what's on MLS sometimes doesn't work out.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. So how are you guys finding deals? Are you like calling landlords or
There's
So the
knocking
one,
on doors?
a
the
little
one
far.
that we have, yeah. The one that we have in Ontario here was a private sale. So I took some time just looking in that area because I knew that's where we wanted something. And then in Moncton, our realtor is amazing. And so only one of our deals was actually on MLS. No, two of them were on MLS.
Okay.
There. Yeah. And then the other one was an off market. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So it's kind of more advantageous for you to find them off market, like you were saying.
Yeah, well, there's usually no competition that way, and you can take a little bit more time because I find getting the
it's
right
hard to
deal.
breathe sometimes with how the deals go by so fast.
You can't make a good decision, and time is your enemy because you're dealing with private lenders or like money partners. So sometimes you need a bit of time. You can't rush those people. And you never ask for money. You always offer the opportunity to work with you.
Right.
So. So that takes time, and then like an on-market deal, usually there is no time or very little.
Very fast.
So, yeah,
for sure.
I'm sure you notice the difference just between the off-market deals that you purchase and the on-market for the timelines that you have.
Yeah, definitely.
So, why is it called kin properties?
So I am half Irish and half Scottish, and kin is family.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. It was something family, so that's cool. Wow.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was maybe sometimes like they do initials, or and I'm like,
Someone with
no,
a
this is
K.
Heather and Dave, so I don't know.
I don't know where they're Maybe it's your Japanese letter for
Oh,
H.
it could have been like the first letter of each of their child's names,
Yeah.
or which
Postal code.
by chance made kin, which is next of kin anyway.
No, our company is, I mean, 100%. This is for our family, right? So,
That's perfect.
so yeah, it was kind of the perfect name. Family Home Investments doesn't really have the same
Yeah.
ring. Yeah.
No, exactly. And I think it's kind of a cute little name, like Kin Properties. I think it's fun.
It's short, it's got a nice ring to it, so it's great.
Exactly. So where can people find you and find out about Kin Properties? Do you have a website, or where can they find you guys?
And lend you money for your next deal.
Yeah. Always willing to speak to anyone about real estate, for sure. So kinhomeinvestments.com is
perfect.
our website. We have a Facebook page, Kin Home Investments, and then on Instagram it's kin.homeinvestments.
Oh, that's great. And are you managing all your social media yourselves, or?
Well, I am, but I will have to
Good
say
lady.
that my 18-year-old daughter helps me out a lot.
Good.
Nice.
Yes, our teenagers too. Like our daughter did one of our Instagram stories.
Yeah, she put it together, and then reels. We need to get into reels on Instagram, but I have no inspiration. I look at it and like I don't know what to do. Like moves
Yeah,
and
she's like,
have
oh, you have
things.
to do this and that on your Instagram reels. I'm like, I don't even know what a reel is. So,
I don't either.
Or
You
real.
you lost me like 10 seconds ago.
oh, well, you have to talk to your 18-year-old daughter. She'll explain it to you.
I pay her in Starbucks too, so it's a really good
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
That's a great deal. We should pay our daughter in Starbucks. She loves Starbucks as well.
It's very motivating.
Yes.
I know. Our son, he's 17. He worked on our website. So it's great
that's
to get
awesome.
kids involved so young. So that way, when they're older, they'll be like, yeah, I want to do real estate with mom and dad.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So do you have any final advice that you'd like to share?
I guess I just, because this was such a game changer for us and this opened up so much possibilities, I think, if anyone is interested in making, some additional money for, their retirement, or they have had a setback, or, something's happened, to just look at real estate. And you don't have to be the active investor. I mean, it is kind of a big undertaking, but
Yeah.
you can be the money partner in a deal, and there's lots of different ways. I mean, you guys are so good at, you did that, all the different ways to passively,
Yeah, because it's such a
Yeah.
hot topic. Some people like their careers, like Dave. I'm sure he enjoys his work, and you don't want to quit. So this is not the dream, but they do want. Everybody wants more money and needs more money, no matter what.
Yeah, and I don't think that everyone has that passion and that drive like we have and you have, to really go out there and find. Like, you have to find the right deals. You can't just invest in any old property. And I think that if someone who has maybe a little bit of money and they want to make that extra income, can work with someone like you or ourselves and make the money on a deal, because you're able to find the right deal where they're going to make money. I think it's a win-win for them.
I'd invest with you. That'd be perfect. You can sit back and relax and let Heather do it.
Yes, there you go.
Well, and lots of times, I mean, like, I don't think a lot of people know that they even have money to invest in real estate, right? I mean, there's different, you can use a line of credit.
You can use credit cards. That's a scary one, but you
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd make much money with that.
No, you can't actually.
But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Line of credits, the RSPs, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Even if you think that maybe you don't have money to invest, you probably do.
Yeah.
It's just, do you want to
take the chance and partner with the right person like Heather, like someone that's informed and that's been doing it, even though it's not a long time, but you've done it 4 times now or 5 times, and you're going to keep doing it. So, and you've got a system and you've got solid numbers. So that's great.
Yeah, like the other guy said at the beginning, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's great. Well, I just find your story so inspiring, Heather. I'm so glad that you came on with us and chatted with us. And it's so amazing, like 4 properties in 5 months. and you guys are not slowing down.
No, and the
Not at
story
all.
behind it, like your daughter and your
Yes.
kids in general.
Yeah, your whole
and the
family is going
future.
to benefit from this.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
for
I
sharing
mean,
it.
you guys are so inspiring as well. I mean, Francois, you were able to quit your job in such a short period of time, and
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure you work extremely hard
Yes.
as
You
you
work
retire.
Full time.
Yeah, I was like, party. I opened the bottle of champagne on November 6th, and now it's been like 60 hours a week, but it's worth it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, when you're working at something that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work as much.
And it's really integrated. We're watching this series, TV show. It's in French, but anyway, it's this police officer who lives across the street from the police station, and everything is intermingled. Like he's got criminals coming to his house and things. So I don't have criminals coming to my house, but I mean it's all
I'm like, where is he going with this?
no, but everything it's more tied in. So my work, where does my work end and life,
Right.
like personal life, and it's kind
Because
of
you
blurred.
enjoy doing the work, so you kind of don't feel like it's work. So it could go on for a longer time than your 9 to 5 would, but you don't feel like you're.
Yeah.
And we're all one big family, so I think you're part of our investor family there now. So
Aw.
and it's nice. So we'll have to share some wine in person
Yes.
at some point.
Sometime in person, we'll have to see you and Dave since you guys live so close, anyways.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have a
Yeah.
nice
I
glass
would
of
love
wine.
that.
That'd be awesome. Great. So until next time, if somebody wants to get a hold of Heather and Dave and find out more about what they're doing, it's Kin Investment Properties, I think you said?
Kin Home Investments.
Home
KI.
investment, sorry.
Yeah.
I remember the investment parts. It's been a long day.
We'll tag you in the show
Yes,
notes.
we'll tag them. And if you guys want to get a hold of them, then reach out.
Great. Thank you so much, you guys. This was so fun.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
cheers.
Cheers. My glass is almost empty.
Yes.
Too late for a refill, though.
Yes. So have a nice evening and say hi to Dave for us, Heather.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.